Okay, guys. Today, what we're going to learn is about how to use shapes when you're drawing. Everything I teach about drawing is based off shapes. Um, when you look at an object, like the shoe, for instance, and don't mind, I know it's dirty. If anyone saw my post yesterday, I got flooded around my apartment, not inside my apartment, and we were very safe yesterday. But we had to walk through some mud yesterday to get out of here. So that's why his shoe's a little dirty. But so I'm using my son's shoe, but when you're looking at the shoe, you see shapes mentally, okay? So I see, a rectangle that lies here. I see a cone shape or more like a wedge, um, you know, right here on a shoe, okay? So when I'm looking at this or looking at anything from like people to objects or anything like that, this is where the basics start, okay? So let's learn how to draw shapes. Now, you don't have to do this for everything, but if you learn this method and use it, eventually you're just going to start seeing them and you don't even ever have to really use it, but they'll always be there. So it'll help you build up as an artist, okay? Or, someone who draws or sketches or anything like that, okay? So let's go ahead and begin, all right? I'm going to go ahead and set this off to the side so that way I can kind of look at it, understand, the shapes and stuff like that. So what I see again is I said I saw what? A rectangle, right? Then I said I saw a wedge. Now, that doesn't look like much, does it? But I see a shoe there, okay? So what I do next is I use these shapes and then I can go ahead and put in all my outlines and all the things that I see. So here I know that it bumps out, rounds down, okay, then goes back out for the bottom of the sole, swings down, and then just back up a little bit, and then swings back up here. Now, next thing I see is the back of the heel, round down, and then goes up, and then down here, and then I see that it meets back over here, and now you can see the outline of the shoe. Pretty cool, huh? Now, next thing, I can go ahead and start adding in all my details. So I could go ahead and put in the tongue of the shoe. If I wanted to show just a little bit of the other side, I could. And then I can go ahead and put in shoelaces. So what I'm going to do right here is I know that they wrap around and behind. Again, right here, wrap around and behind. Again, round right here, wrap around and behind. Again, right here, wrap around and behind. Again, right here, wrap around and behind. Good. Now, next thing, shoelaces are not see-through, so I'm going to go ahead and erase all these lines that are inside of these. I can go back through and clean those up. And now I have my shoelaces that sit on top of here. Now notice, like I said, they go up and around and they go behind the shoe back here, okay? That's something that's really key, all right? Because that's giving me the idea, the perspective that the shoelace is continuing to go around the shoe, okay? Now, next thing I can do is go ahead and add some more detail into this. How do the things look on your shoe? And then this looks like the red piece right here. It has some kind of vinyl that sits right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and add this right here. Same thing. It looks like it goes down, then up and around. Then he also has the sole, like I said, is right here. And it swings down, then back up. We can add some thickness there. And let's go ahead and clean some of these lines out of here from our shapes. That way we're not getting too confused by looking at what I'm trying to draw here. Because the next lesson that I show you guys is going to be based on cartoon characters, because all cartoon characters are pretty much based after shape drawing. And then we can get into more advanced things as we go along here, okay? So as you guys can see, the shoe is starting to form. I probably could have lengthened this a little bit. It got a little short here at the end, but like I said, we're just kind of practicing, and you notice these things as you go. So I can go ahead and put in the letter N right here. for the newbies. And now I see that there is something right here that swings around. And it looks like there's a couple lines here, and I could go ahead and keep going with this and going with this. I could try to put in all the netting, which would absolutely be insane. Let's go ahead and put in a shoelace, even though there is not a shoelace here. So imagine I go ahead and put in this, and then I put in a bigger loop here. Now, the bigger loop here is bigger because it's closer to us. The smaller one on the other side is going to be smaller because it's farther away. And what I'll probably do with this loop is I'm going to erase that, and we'll try to redo that one again. I want it to go ahead and fall behind the shoe, okay? Now, next thing with this shoelace. They're obviously not, little spaghetti noodles, okay? They have thickness to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and throw in a line like this. And notice how I close it off on this line right here. Because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a line in over here and stop there. And now it looks like my shoelace folds underneath. Okay, that's a pretty cool effect. And then I could even just show you a little bit of shadow here just to understand how that looks. Pretty cool, huh? And then again, I can go ahead and dangle another piece of string right here, and then I'll go ahead and do this right here, and then there. And then for all of you that watched Phineas and Ferb, I cannot remember the name of this thing, the little, little thing that sits on the end down here. I remember someone telling me that's what it's from. They all learned what that little plastic piece is. I cannot remember what it is for the life of me right now. But then, again, over here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and cut that off right there, okay? Like it's turning around, and then I'm going to spin it around back behind here. And now it's going behind the shoe, and now you have your tied up shoes. Pretty cool, huh? All right. So I tried my best to match it. I should have went a little longer, I know, but it's more like maybe a 3T shoe or something like that. So hey, hope you enjoyed this one. Next up, I'm going to show you guys how to draw some ocean animals, and then we'll get into cartoon characters and stuff like that. Thank you.